Let's see.
It was like for a few minutes, for sure.
Yeah, there's something wrong with my connection here, so it might be weird. Can you check it again? I would say it's live now.
Yes, it's live. It's live.
Okay. I just made a mistake here, so let me go back to the other screen and I can introduce you guys. Okay, let me put this in full screen. I apologize, Thiago. I know it's pretty late for you.
No problem.
Okay.
Pleasure, man. Just to tell you.
Okay, I know. Okay,
Yeah, it's straightforward.
now it's live. Okay, so my son always already confirmed. So, well, welcome everyone. So I'm sorry for the whole delay, and thank you so much for being here. So we are trying to do just a catch up about the Olympic Games. We have a few guests, so I would like to introduce everyone. So we have Thiago Montero, which is the Ecuador national coach. He's in Paris right now. He's watching everything live. I'm jealous of him. So thank you so much, Thiago. Thiago is a Brazilian player, but he was 4 times Olympian as a player, correct? Now 5 times, and first time as a coach. Thank you so much, Thiago, for taking your time. I know it's pretty late in Paris, so I appreciate your time. So we have also Ash, which is a YouTuber. So how long you're doing the YouTube, Ash?
Since January. So yeah, made about 20 videos so far, and yeah, everything to do with table tennis.
That's good. You are located in United Kingdom. Is England?
Yeah, so I live in Cornwall, which is in the far southwest of England.
Now, Ash has a very interesting YouTube channel. He opens some very nice conversation. He asks questions, and there's a lot of feedback there. I'm jealous of you, so I hope my YouTube channel gets a lot of feedback as you are having. I'm growing number of subscribers and people are watching, but not many engagement yet. I hope I reach your level one day. Thank you so much, Ash, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Great enthusiast of table tennis. So we have Freddie Cantarelli, which is located in Toronto, so Brazilian player, but living in US, in Canada since 2010 or 11?
8.
Since 2008, living in US, graduated in US, moved to Canada, now working in different area, but always playing table tennis all the time. You represented Canada for a while as well, correct, Fred?
Yes, I played 2 WTTs actually in the United States, 2022.
2022.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm still playing here. And also in Brazil, I played for Volvo, which is the same city as Claudio.
Okay, then let me take a chance to introduce Claudio Massad, which is a Paralympian player. He's going to class 10. He's going to play the Paralympic Games in a few days, about a month, probably. He's going to be traveling to Paris to play the Paralympic Games. A great player, a great friend. So I'm one of the most friendly person I ever met. And it's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to talk a little bit also about the Paralympic Games. What are the chances of Brazil? And, well, let's move on. So I'm going to immediately pass to Fred and Ash. Ash asked a question to us about Hugo Calderano, correct?
Yeah, so obviously Hugo Calderano in the semi-final, going to be in the bronze medal match tomorrow, but a great achievement for a Brazilian player. Is Hugo Calderano, is he famous in Rio? Can he walk down the streets? Can he go to the shops? Would people recognize him in the streets of Sao Paulo?
So I cannot answer you after this Olympics. But what I want to say is something interesting. At least I'm talking about Sao Paulo because I go often to Brazil, like twice a year. And everywhere I go and I say I play table tennis, a lot of people still. You know, Wayama? You probably know. And I feel like we are in 2024, right? And a lot of people still recognizing table tennis like with Uyama. So, but after this Olympics, people are watching Hugo because he's on TV frequently for the games. I don't know how it's gonna be, to be honest with you. But before, like I was so impressed. Even if I get an Uber or whatever, I go in Brazil. And I say, oh, I'm gonna go to a table tennis club. They say, oh, there was a Japanese guy. I say, oh, Hugo Yama. Yeah. They always say that. And I'm so surprised how famous he is.
Uh-huh.
I have to Google him later.
I always get like curious to understand how come he became so famous in Brazil. I'm not saying I know he was really good player and everything. Of course, at a certain time he was he has the most medals in Pan American games. I think that's what the reason. But everybody knows it. I would say, okay, let's put it this way: people like 30 years above, 30 years old and above. I think a lot of them still knowing Hugo Yama better than Hugo Calderano. But after the Olympics, I don't know. I have to go to Brazil and see.
Well, he's causing a sensation in Paris for sure. He's been fantastic.
So, Ash, just complementing the answer, I think it depends which place do you go in Brazil. Brazil is pretty big. So, São Paulo and Rio, that's southeast of Brazil. I think we have Hugo Yama more as a more known player. But if you go for northeast, I think already Thiago Montero is more known over there. So. Is that correct, Claudio? You travel all over the Brazil. Do you agree? Você concorda que o Thiago é mais conhecido no Nordeste, no Sudeste, o Goiama?
O Thiago é muito mais conhecido lá do que o Goiama. Muito mais. O pessoal teve muito mais contato, né? E o Thiago é muito amado. E não que o Hugo não seja, né? Mas o Thiago sempre foi um cara muito gentil, muito solícito, sempre atendeu as pessoas muito bem e sempre conversou com todo mundo, né? Acho que o Thiago tem uma importância muito grande no tênis de mesa do Brasil, foi o cara que comeu os pães mais difíceis, né, quando foi naquela época morar na Suécia, depois da França, né, Thiago? Naquela época não tinha WhatsApp, você não tinha um contato familiar muito mais próximo, muito mais rápido do que tem hoje. E eu acredito que o tênis de mesa hoje deve muito ao Thiago, pela vinda do Calderano, antes do Calderano do futebol e o Cazu também, quando foram para a Europa também. Eu tenho certeza que teve muita influência do Thiago. E o que eu sei que as portas se abriram muito mais para os brasileiros pós-Thiago na Europa, né? E o cara que batalhou muito com a gente muito bem e que é muito amado no país. Hoje ele entrou agora recentemente nos grupos dos veteranos, o Thiago aí do Brasil, e eu falo que ele é muito amado, muito respeitado e um ídolo para todos nós. A gente tem que te agradecer muito, cara, por tudo que você fez, pela sua dedicação, pela sua humildade, pelo seu trabalho duro, e por você estar sempre representando o nosso país e agora a América do Sul aí comigo, né? Então, é gratidão que a gente tem que ter por você, muito obrigado, e a gente tem muito orgulho de ter você na nossa história aí e fazer parte desse caminho que a gente tem trilhado, e ainda agora o Calderano agora na semifinal aí, e amanhã, se Deus quiser, lutando por um bronze.
So, as I said before, to Thiago, he was a trailblazer. Okay, he opened all doors to Brazilians in Europe, and you guys probably don't know that. And I'm gonna speak in Portuguese this time because I think it's a little bit more.
Chico, just 1 second. Just 1 second, okay? That's why I mentioned Ash. I mentioned about São Paulo. That's why I mentioned São Paulo.
Okay.
Because it's hard for me to answer for the whole Brazil. I don't know the whole Brazil.
Okay.
Talk about the area where I'm from.
Yeah, probably if you go to north of Brazil, so you're gonna know Israel is very famous over there. So it's very big. So the word doesn't spread much nowadays. Of course, because of social media, I think Hugo gonna be the most famous table tennis players for a certain period of time. But anyway, I gotta mention just a comment about that. We're talking about you, Thiago. We can talk forever about you. There's so many stories.
That's true.
Mas o que eu ia dizer é o seguinte: o Thiago abriu as portas para todos nós, não só na Europa, mas aqui na América também. Virou referência do nosso tênis de mesa, não só pela qualidade de jogo que ele sempre teve, mas pela qualidade humana. Tá? Ele agregou muito.
Exatamente.
Vocês talvez não saibam disso, mas no passado, nós brasileiros tivemos algumas experiências ruins na Europa, tá? Eu não posso, a gente não pode levantar esse assunto aqui, é muito delicado, mas as experiências dos brasileiros na Europa não foram boas, e aí nós não éramos muito bem aceitos na Europa e em outros países, tá? O Thiago quebrou essa barreira e mostrou que eles podem confiar na gente e abrir mais informações para nós. Então, resumidamente é isso. Ok, Thiago, would you like to say something or are you gonna cry right now?
Não, actually, primeiro agradecer ao Claudião aí pelas palavras gentis. Eu, né, na verdade, sempre me senti um privilegiado de poder fazer o que eu gosto, de jogar e tudo isso é consequência. Eu nunca fui muito ligado, na verdade, nessas coisas, mas é sempre bom ser elogiado de alguma forma, sinal que, principalmente, eu tratei bem as pessoas que eu convivi, então é algo que significa para mim até mais que qualquer resultado, né? First, I'd like to thank Claudio for his kind words towards me. I'd like to say that it's an honor for me to be said like someone that opened the doors for Brazilians, for Latin American players. I think people give me more credit than I deserve on this matter, because I always felt I'm a privileged person, that I could live my dream, like I could do what I like. So I never saw myself, I never see myself that kind of person that people say about me. This said, it's an honor that my colleagues, people that spend time with me and that saw me growing up, have this kind of opinion about me, this positive opinion about me. And well, as I said, I don't see myself that way. I think I get more credit than what I should and deserve. But yeah, I just feel like I'm privileged and I could do what I can still do what I like. So all the rest is kindness of people that I hope I treat well along the way. So thank you a lot.
That's because you're pretty humble, Thiago. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Let's move on. So let's start talking a little bit about the matches we watched, the Olympic Games.
Okay. But then about this, I can say that I'm pretty impressed with the improvement of table tennis, the speed, the quality, the improvement of the best players. They are more and more aggressive, more and more complete. They are more and more athletic. It's become a really, really different sport. It has evolved very much in the last years. And it's very beautiful to see many good players from this young generation they are now challenging China. Before this talk, before the Olympics, the beginning of the Olympics, I said that of course the Chinese are still favorite, but the gap between the Chinese and the other ones is a little bit smaller, and we could see it here. So it's beautiful to see that evolution now. It's a young and fresh generation with Calderano, with Felix, with Lin Yunju, with Truls. So it's very good for the sport that more players are challenging China, like Harimoto too, that I forgot to say. And so like you have Omar Assar for the second straight Olympics in quarterfinal from Africa. So I mean, it's to be a very good table tennis player is a possible dream for a lot of persons, a lot of countries, like Adriana Diaz, Bruno Takahashi, also from Latin America. The American girls are playing really well. Lili Zhang, Amy Wang, Heishou Sung. So it's very positive for table tennis. Kanachia also did a good Olympics. After some time, he came back strong. So it is very good to see.
Okay. I think every one of us are watching a lot of table tennis this week. So I don't know how many matches did you guys watch. I've been following much more the men's singles than the women's. The women's I'm watching a little bit. We might have to do another live stream just to talk about the women, but it's very interesting. I think it's still China dominating very easily. They are very strong. It's very hard to break in the women's so much. The gap is bigger, as Thiago says. In the men's, the gap in between the Chinese and the rest of the world is smaller, but the women is still very big, the gap. So just watching the match between Shaman, I think it was Miu Hirano from Japan, so 11-0, it shows us the gap is still big. Once in a while, and you see someone else maybe beating a Chinese women player, but I think it's much more related about what kind of stage of the training they are, what kind of point of the cycle they are, what kind of tournament they are focused in. And Thiago knows very well what we call in the coaching word is a periodization. So, and I think the English word for this periodization is going to be reverse engineering. We coaches, we do a reverse engineering to put the player in the peak of performance in some certain competition. The Olympic cycle is 4 years, so Pan American cycle as well. So I think sometimes we see a woman beating or defeating a Chinese player, but it's more related to the stage of training they are than the quality of the player. So they are still way stronger. But anyway, going back to the men's, we watched a lot of table tennis this week. I would like to hear the opinion about you guys pointing what was the best match you watched. Yes.
Yeah, I'll go first. Well, I really enjoyed Felix Lebrun's run through the tournament. He had a great match against Lin Ru. That was a really tense match, but I think the key thing about Felix Lebrun's run, and Thiago will probably know better than me, he's been there, but the crowd, I got a real sense that the crowd were really into the matches, really enthusiastic, and that's great for table tennis. And it was great that a home player could get so far in the tournament. Thiago, you were there in the arena. What was the atmosphere like?
It was perfect. I mean, you are totally right about what you felt about the atmosphere. The thing is that when you are there, you can feel it. It's just fantastic. I mean, as much as you love when you see it on TV, when you are in the hall, it's like it's a life-changing experience for some players, because if you play the World Tour or some other big competition, unless you are in the final stages, you won't feel that kind of atmosphere. And here it was since day one, and especially in my case, and in case of any other player that played at the same time of a French player, it was like fantastic. It was very noisy. The public really enjoyed, and they know table tennis. So I could see, I live in France. I played in France for many years. So I could see that a lot of the public are table tennis lovers and experts. So it's really nice that we have this kind of atmosphere. So the table tennis has really got to a new dimension here in France again, because it's a big nation of table tennis, of course. But here again, it's in a good place. The Lebrun brothers brought some freshness to the game here, and I mean, they are very young, so it's going to be like this for many years to come.
So, yeah. Ash, so in your opinion, the best match was Felix Lebrun and Lin Ru?
Yes, I was very nervous in that final game. I was with the French on that one. As much as Lin Ru is a great player,
maybe you should move to France.
Felix, I probably should. Yeah. Now, I was full Felix on that one. Just when the crowd was singing the national anthem, just in between games and things like that, it was pretty special, to be honest.
That's good. Fred, what about you? In your opinion, what was the best match you watched in this Olympic Games Paris 2024?
The best match I watched, I think the best match I watched was between Felix and Ocharov.
Felix, okay, pretty
I
tight.
think it was quarter round of 16, right? Felix was winning
I think it was
3-0.
round of 32, I think.
Well,
Not
16
sure.
or 32.
I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes, that match was really good. I think Felix was winning 3-0.
Uh-huh.
Ocharov came back 3-3. Right, Thiago?
Yeah,
And then Felix won
this one.
the last
I
game.
watched this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really nice match. That was a really nice match to watch. But if you ask me, like, what is the nicest one? That was the nicest one.
But what is the best? What is the difference between nicest and the bestest?
Because, like, for example, watch Truls against Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's nicer because there's a Brazilian player playing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I was supporting Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, between Felix and Ocharov, yes, it's
You just pick one and you support. But in terms of, okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I might have an idea what you mean. You mean that in terms of techniques, quality of playing, and everything else, I think that was the best match for you of Charov and
for sure. That's for sure.
And Felix Lebrun. And in terms of the emotional part and everything, I think Hugo Calderano and Truls Moregard was the match for you.
100%.
Ok. Cláudio?
Bom, vou dividir por fases, tá? Eu também gostei muito do jogo do Félix contra o Ocharov. Achei que foi um jogo de muitas nuances. E o Félix começou muito bem, empolgado, com a torcida toda a favor. O Ocharov, ele conseguiu empatar, né, equiparar o jogo. E no último set ali, o Félix abriu bastante vantagem e ganhou. Foi um jogo, assim, bem interessante, né? E o legal de você ver o Félix jogando, poxa, um clacineta que joga encobrindo todas as bolas, né, pegando a bola de forma muito rápida, tirando o tempo do adversário e tendo um sucesso muito grande. E eu gostei, em termos de performance, para mim a melhor performance foi do Hugo Calderano contra o Zhendong. Eu achei que o Calderano, ele conseguiu se impor muito, ele não deixou o Zhendong jogar, isso que a gente está falando de um top 15 do mundo, né, se eu não me engano. E o Calderano jogou de uma maneira extremamente estratégica e venceu o jogo muito eficientemente. E eu acho que o jogo de maior aspecto técnico para mim foi o Calderano e o Truls que eu assisti, tá? O pessoal pode até saber jogar com o Hugo, né? Mas entre você saber jogar com o Hugo e você conseguir fazer a estratégia correta para jogar com o Hugo é muito difícil. Né, o pessoal acha que é fácil, né, fugir da escrita dele, enfim. O Truls tem muitas qualidades, muitas técnicas aí, tanto é que eu não vi o jogo dele contra o Wang Chuqin, eu não achei que ele ganharia do Wang Chuqin, mas me surpreendeu muito essa vitória dele com o Wang Chuqin e a maneira como ele anulou o Calderano, né, então eu não achei que o Calderano jogou mal, não sei qual que é a visão de vocês, do Thiago, eu não achei, eu só achei que ele sinucou, né? Ele sinucou demais o Hugo, deixou o Hugo muito desconfortável e ele não foi capaz naquele momento de encontrar uma outra alternativa, né? Ele até tentou um plano B, um plano C, mas não foi suficiente. O Truls, de fato, para mim, me surpreendeu muito e foi um jogo que estrategicamente ele foi muito bem, muito eficiente, que levou ele agora a disputar essa medalha de ouro amanhã contra o Zhendong. Acredito com uma chance menor do que do Zhendong, mas possível pelo que ele está jogando.
Okay, Thiago, I'm gonna pass the word for you. So you're the only one watching live, and then I'm gonna give my opinion. But what was the best match you watched? You can also qualify about the technical part or the emotional part. I'm sure you're very into the Alberto Mino because you're coaching the Equatorian right now, so that was very emotional part for you. You were there, you felt the adrenaline and all hormones we have in the blood in those matches, and I saw it was very, very great match. The first match that I watched of Alberto Mino play, he was 100% focused. I was very proud to watch him play. It was great. But what is your opinion about just 2 matches or 3? It's up to you to tell me what were the best.
Yeah, well, okay. If you talk about my situation with my experience with Alberto, of course we were very satisfied to qualify. That was our main goal, and it was difficult enough for us, which makes it very special to be here to live this experience. And he played a good Olympics in his level. I mean, he won a very, very good match against. He could solve a big problem during the match against the Australian player, which is really good player. So we are really satisfied with this win. And after we played against Omar Sarr, who was really solid, and we had we had a set point in the second set, but besides that, we didn't have a lot of openings to take the match. So we have to be satisfied with our Olympics in this way. And it's a great experience for me as in the middle of my transition, because I'm still a player and now started coaching. So to live that kind of experience so early, it's really, really interesting. I know many good coaches could never live this experience to be an Olympian coach. So I'm very happy about it. And when it comes to these last matches we've seen, I agree with Ash. I watched live, and I think that Felix and Lin Yunju was the best so far in terms of technical and skills. This said, the performance that Van Zhendong delivered in the semi-final against Felix was one of the highest level performance I've ever seen live. But it's Van Zhendong. He's like twice world champion. I mean, somehow it's expected from him. And but when I saw Felix and Lin Yunju, I've watched them many times, and they bring their games to a new level in this match. Even Lin, he lost and everything, but he's fantastic. He delivered a great performance, and which gives much more merit to Felix to have won this match. And of course, as Brazilians, we are all supporting Hugo. There's no way around it. There's no. And Hugo has improved during the competition. And then he faced the Truls that was true to himself. He very, very aggressive and creative as always, very aggressive in the tactics, with this receive that is really outstanding. He takes the ball in many different timings. He changes the spin. He changes the. I mean, he's always trying something different. So, he has a lot of merits to be in final. He's proved in Houston. He was finalist against Van Zhendong in the World Championships. Now people are talking less about him, and we can't forget that he was the one who beat the number one. So he has a lot of merits. So as I told you at the beginning, it's beautiful to see this young generation with Hugo, Harimoto, Lin Yunju, Felix, and the other LeBron. Lin Yunju bringing this kind of performance. Like, for example, if you talk about Hugo against Wang Wujin, I mean, the difference of like world ranking is not that high, but Hugo made it look simple. So he bring also his game to a new level. So these guys now, they are really in a good position to challenge China, which is good for table tennis in general.
Yeah, so that's great. So everyone has a different opinion. I think I'm going to agree.
Even if I have absolutely nothing but admiration to the Chinese, because they dominate the game for a long time, but they pay the price of preparation. So what people cannot, the supporters and people say, but the Chinese, they're always there. But when you live in the world tour all the time, when we are there all the time like I am, and you see how much they practice, how focused they are, you cannot only not be surprised, but also you have to as much as you want different winners, you have to understand that it's really good when those who pay the price of preparation, that give a lot from themselves, they are winning. So I have absolutely nothing but admiration to the Chinese, because they are really focused and dedicated. So
Okay, that's great. So I will point. So in my opinion, I think I the best match that I watch into. So I'm gonna also split in a few categories. So the best match for me in terms of techniques and what they presented technically, I think I loved the way the Zhendong and Felix Lebon. I think that match, it was incredible, especially because we are facing a reborn of a style, which is the pen holder style, and Felix Lebon is bringing the reborn to the style. I hope we see more. Just for instance, my favorite Chinese player ever is the one Chuqin. No, sorry, Chuqin. Chuqin is my favorite Chinese player of all the times. I used to like Jiang Jilian, but he is, and I think Felix Lebon bringing back is this pen holder style is so beautiful to watch. Hard to play against because it's hard to read, but in many ways. But anyway, that was my favorite match. I think that was whole gym was on fire. The crowd was crazy. And Zhendong really had to play his best to beat Felix. If he didn't play, I think Zhendong played what, in my opinion, was the best match in 2024 he played. So he was playing everything perfectly. So that
was very dominant, right?
Exactly.
The whole match. Yeah.
In terms of quality of match, that was, in my opinion, the best. And I was so impressed with the way Calderano also played for Zhendong. It was great to watch. He also technically was pretty good. So Claudio also mentioned the Hugo and Zhang Bujin. So the way, and Thiago mentioned as well how Hugo grew along the tournament. So the first match Hugo played, it wasn't very convincing, honestly. The second match was better, but the third match, when he played Zhang Bujin, I think that match showed us that Hugo could be Olympian and could be a gold medal. That match, he really imposed his style of play and gave no chance to Zhang Bujin. That was stunning to watch Hugo playing that level of play. I used to say that he was in alpha mode. He wasn't there. I think it was his body moving automatically, flowing, and doing everything correctly. That match was incredible to see how focused he was. So, but of course, it's a different style of play. Everyone, different match. Playing Zhang Bujin is a totally different than playing Truls Moregard. That is the match that I would like to mention. But Hugo was so focused. But Truls Moregard found some solutions and create some problems that no one else did to Hugo. So Thiago mentioned the quality of receives was totally different every single time he receives the ball. It was something different. So it's very complex to find a way to deal with that kind of receive. He was changing every single time. And that's how Truls played. That's how he's beating Chinese. He's beating everyone else. So Truls deserved to win. And Hugo couldn't find the solution, as he said in an interview that he couldn't find the solution on quick as he should. So that's why he lost again. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in about that match, and please cut me if I'm talking too much because I have a tendency to. But I think Hugo in the first game leading 10-4, having a chance to win that match, and not being able to finish the match and win that game, I think that create a psychological problem. That we've been seeing that before with Hugo thinking, so we can talk about this another time. But that was the point I think made Hugo become a little bit more defensive in the match. So that's what I saw from here. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was watching the whole match. I didn't sleep all night long. But I saw Hugo becoming more defensive. Of course, the quality of receives and the quality of Truls we cannot question. but I think Hugo became very defensive from the point he lost the first game on. He was the first game he was imposing the game pretty easy and attacking more, being very aggressive, and Truls couldn't handle the power. But after losing the first game, there was something psychological there. That was a very raw analysis.
Yeah.
We can go deeper and deeper, but that's what I saw from my couch. Anyway, we mentioned our best match. Everyone point qualities of every player. So we saw, as Thiago mentioned, the level of play is incredible. So I've been following the Olympic Games since 1984. It was my first Olympic Games that I really follow. I'm very old on this circuit. So we didn't have table tennis in 84, unfortunately. It was just 88 when we saw the Koreans winning. But I'm following table tennis since 45 years ago. So it's a long journey. So the level of play is totally different level of play. We got many changes on table tennis since we had the 38 millimeters ball serving underneath the arm. So you guys never faced that. So Thiago, I think, played with that with old rule. And then we have changing of the ball from 38 to 40 millimeters, then 40 plus, then we have plastic, and then we have the first plastic came, and then we have we are in the 6th generation of plastic balls. We have 6th generation of plastic balls. Every single change, the sport change.
You've got cyber shaped bats as well.
Yeah, so everything is evolving. So the table tennis is evolving very quick, and this Olympic Games delivered the best level I ever saw. In different ways, of course. I cannot compare with the old generation, the golden generation. We have like Wallner, Gatian, so Jean-Michel Save. So everyone of the old golden generation, we cannot compare. The table tennis was totally different. Who's the GOAT, Wallner or Malong? It's totally different. We cannot compare. Like I would like to make an analogy with F1. And we cannot compare Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, and Ayrton Senna. So those are totally different technology. Same for table tennis. Anyway.
Chico, I think Thiago needs to go soon, right, Thiago?
Yeah,
So
well, guys,
I would like
it's
to
been a
make one
pleasure.
question for you before you leave.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, the last one is really late here, and tomorrow early. I leave the Olympic Village tomorrow, so I have some things to do during the day before I can leave. So,
Yeah.
but as I told you, we can do many others in the future. So don't worry. I'm gonna talk about table tennis a lot in the future.
Before your question, Fred, so I'm not sure when, I don't have the schedule here. I don't know when it's going to be the team's final, but I think we should make one or two more before the team's tournament. So we have a whole week of table tennis yet. I have a few nights no sleeping yet, but I'm going to try to keep the group on, and let's try to watch as much as we can. Let's talk about the team's tournament. Okay, Thiago? But please, Fred, go ahead.
So this question it's for him more because he's around the top players. And do you think, what do the players say? I don't know if they mention that. They make a comment about it, but do you think if China has chosen Malong to play singles, that would be different or no? What do the players say? Because I'm talking about Malong because of his name. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of people talking about this, that if they have chosen Malong.
Well, okay, yeah, there are two things you can say about it, and it will not be like it will seem like I don't want to take a position on this matter, but it's not. It's just to explain you the situation. I mean, who can say that Malong cannot win the Olympics? I mean, he's still a great player, even if you put him against the two best Chinese now that were chosen, Chuqin and Zhendong, he could still win. He is that good. And of course, if you win so much, like he did, it's so successful. Even if you start to lose performance a little bit, there's still one aura of invincibility around your name. And even for these great players, when you play Malone, even if you are Fan Zhendong in big stages, you always feel, okay, I'm winning, I have a chance here, but it's Malone, something this is impossible. It's human behavior if you play against such a champion. So so you cannot say that Malone wouldn't be one of the favorites to win here if he was in. This said, if you take the last 2 years from Wang Chuqin, I think he deserves his shot. We know how it is in China. It's a little bit surprised because Malone himself in London, he was number 1 in the world and he didn't play in singles. And then they decided to give the chance to Wang Chuqin. I don't know. I don't really know because, I mean, he was favorite by far to reach the final at least. And it's just the way things are. It happens. Once now that Wang Chuqin lost, it's much easier to say that Malone should be playing, but so I mean, I didn't mention really clear. This is what I was saying. I want it. My answer will seem like I didn't take one side. So, but okay, if you are Wang Chuqin, you are number 1 in the world, you win everything, and then China comes and say, okay, you won't play because Malone is gonna play in your place. What can you say? What can he say?
He cannot say anything, but what I'm saying
and then if China comes and say, okay, you are the best of all time and everything, we have to give the chance to young players. He's not losing a lot of matches during the last 2 years, and you know the thing is, you learn to win big things by winning big things. If you are Wang Chuqin and you are always there, number 1, but if you don't win a World Championships or Olympics, you will not come to this level, at least for Chinese standards, what I'm saying. And that is very, very high, the highest. And the thing is that if they take the chance and you might lose. I mean, if you check in the past, for example, other players lost, and because of that loss, they improved and they became really good. Like Malone himself, he was the best player of the world for 10 years before he won his first World Championship. He dominated. Okay. If you see his results on World Table Tennis, on World Tour, like Pro Tour in the past, I mean, compared to his Chinese friends, I mean, it's almost the double, if not the triple, of Pro Tours that he won. And still, he took more time to win his first World Championship. Okay, then when he won his first, he dominated even more the games because he won the big ones. But okay, then said, I didn't answer your question clearly. I didn't take one side because it's much easier to say now that because he lost, you should.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always easier because he lost. Yeah, if he was in final, we wouldn't say anything.
Yeah,
but that's
okay. Go ahead.
Yes. No, you go ahead.
Okay. The question, we can have just a live to talk about that match and the performance of the Wang Chuqin is huge, but it's a very deep. We gotta go very deep to figure out why. Okay, that's the question. That's the point I would like to point all the time when I talk about the table tennis. It's not what and how, but why. Why that happens. So there's something there that we might talk another time. Maybe we can extend another live just talking about this, and we might agree or not. We might find the root of the problem. As a coach, I know what I have my opinion on what was the root of the problem, but we should go very deep. Who should play in replace Wang Chuqin? Any Chinese that you put in a team that has a chance to win the World Championship or Olympic Games. So I would love to see Chuqin playing. Also could win as well. That match could beat every Chinese you put on the table can beat Truls Moregard. Unfortunately, Wang Chuqin had some issues, and we could go deeper. But a match is a match. It always depends situation, the psychological aspect, and it's not technical. It's not quality technical techniques. It's not strategy. It's not that was psychological. When you are playing a match, Thiago knows better. It's your mindset that determines your quality of play. Okay, Hugo didn't play well one game because he didn't sleep well. So little detail, little things will determine who is going to win or not. The next game after he played Zhang Bujin, Hugo played in a spectacular. So Wang Chuqin is a human. He's more emotional than most of the Chinese. We know that. We know there's some emotional background over there. Okay, we are not going to discuss this right now. He's more emotional than any Chinese player I ever saw besides Zhang Jike. Zhang Jike is very emotional as well. He's considered a bad boy in China. But Wang Chuqin is a little bit immature emotionally, and then he was very affected for one little thing that happened to him. Anyway, Ash, do you have any question for Thiago? We are trying to expedite a little bit because Thiago is tired and we don't want to hold him too long here. And I just would like to say a great thank you to you again, Thiago, to be with us. But Ash, do you have any question to Thiago? So he's the only one in the field right now watching live.
Yeah, well, I don't have any further questions, but it was a great question about Marlon. I guess it's a big what if. In hindsight, it's a great thing. We will never know how we would have got on.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, Wang Chuqin would have won that match, and then that would have been it. No questions asked.
Ok. Cláudio, você tem uma pergunta para o Thiago? O Thiago precisa ir, porque ele tem compromisso e está cansado, é muito tarde na França.
Só tem uma pergunta para ele só. Thiagão, você vai treinar comigo em Paris?
Cara, pois eu tinha sido.
Okay, I gotta translate this. Okay, I gotta translate this. So Claudio is going to play Paralympic Games. Okay, very soon, in about a month, you're gonna be in Paris, and because Thiago Montero, as a coach and also a high-level player, is going to play the Major League in US in the 2024 season. But Claudio just asked Thiago if Thiago is going to be his practice partner over there. And of course, not only a practice partner, he's going to give you a lot of tips to beat a lot of good players. So, Thiago.
Nice.
Yeah, well, actually, I was invited by one of the coaches of Brazilian national team to do the preparation review just before the Paralympics. So, actually, I was going to leave from here. Within days, I was going to be with you. But somehow, suddenly, for some reason, I was told that they couldn't maintain the invitation. So, so unfortunately, I won't. I will only be supporting you from my TV and checking the results. The good thing about it is that I've been away from home for quite a long time now, and I'll get to spend the whole month with my family, which is good. Very good, because my son is still in vacation. I've been practicing during the preparation of my players. I always took some free time to practice with some players that were available. So I never stopped training myself during this time. And I was even very proud that one day I got to practice in table one here at the games. So I was really happy about it. And but then for some reason they told me that it wouldn't be possible. So I said, okay, it's occasion for me to spend time with family, prepare myself back home, and I will only support you fully watching you on TV. So I wish you a very successful Olympic Games, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love the Olympic Village and everything about it. It's really nice, and the conditions of play, the field of play is really beautiful, and I hope that that the atmosphere is as good for you as it's good for us, because France is always good in Paralympics. They have many good players, so the atmosphere is gonna be great. I'm sure about it.
That's good.
Okay, Fred. Thiago, how much time do you have yet? Nothing? No.
Okay, not much really.
45 seconds. One more
Okay,
question.
okay.
But if you
Last
have
question.
one more question,
Last
I can
question.
go.
No. Okay.
No, last question. Last question.
42 seconds now. Okay.
No. A little bit more. I have a very, very important question for you.
Okay, then
I
go
know,
ahead.
I know, and I know you're being a little bit kind of politics. You're gonna be very political when you're in your answers. You are trying not hurt anyone because you are in a field. You're gonna meet someone over there that you're gonna say, okay, you said something about me yesterday in the live stream.
That's his personality. There's no
I
way
said
he's
this
gonna say
before. I
something.
mean, about this question, really about Malone.
Uh-huh.
It's you cannot say that you should play with Malone because imagine if you play with Malone and he loses.
Mm-hmm.
No, but sorry, Thiago. Ash say like he gave the right answer. We are just asking that because what's his issue? The Chinese guy lost. That's it. That's the only reason.
That's
the only reason why. Of course.
The answer and the decision and the responsibility is on the coach shoulders. So the coach is the one who.
What I'm trying to say in general, that I still think people, and in general, I don't know the players. Thiago is there. They respect more Malone still.
No doubt.
That's what I'm saying. So during Olympics, I think it would be different. That's my own opinion.
That's pretty simple. Everyone respects much more Malone for sure. So he has a.
That's why I think.
No chance to compare Wang Chuqin yet. So Wang Chuqin didn't achieve 50% what Malone achieved yet.
That's what I'm saying.
That's okay. Yes. Okay, Mike. Okay, let me ask a question to Thiago, and I'm gonna let you go to get some rest. Okay, I'm not gonna put you in trouble. Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay, we have two very important matches yesterday. Tomorrow we got two very important matches. So we have the one that, from my heart, is supporting a lot. That's why I put the Brazilian flag here. I'm waiting for 45 years to see a Brazilian playing at the semifinals and also playing for the bronze medal. So that's my heart is there, and we're going to be supporting Hugo, whatever happens. Whoever is the Brazilian playing, I'm going to support, and also the American players as well. I invited Kanakcha to be in a live with us, but he was too busy. He couldn't come. But my heart.
He's sleeping now. He's sleeping.
No, he couldn't come. He's sleeping. That's true.
But
it's like the same. It's the same as you. You invited me for a live, but it was 3 in the morning here.
Okay.
I was sleeping. I wasn't busy.
Come on, guys. Don't put me in trouble right now because I'm
no, it's not in trouble.
Okay.
Ash, so I'm just telling you, like, he invited me to be part of a live one time, 3 in the morning. I say, bro, that's too hard, right?
Okay, but you are not in the field playing. Kanakja it is, okay? So I'm gonna just try to defend.
But 3 in the morning.
No, stop.
It's okay.
Don't put me in trouble. Because what I'm trying to say is that he's busy. His mind is in there. He cannot join us. There are some issues as well, political issues that were with the USATT. I don't know if they allow the Olympic Committee. I don't know what is the issue. Okay, but he couldn't join us. But what I was saying is my heart is in Brazil, supporting Hugo a lot, and also the U.S. players I'm supporting because I'm working hard to make the table tennis more popular in the United States. I wish my dream is to make the table tennis at least popular as it is in Brazil. So table tennis in U.S. is just starting. We are very far to have a good respect from the sports community here. So there's a long journey yet. And my mind is here trying to work hard to make this more popular. Anyway.
Who's going to win tomorrow, Thiago?
Come on, Ash. That was my question.
Yeah, who's going to win, Thiago?
Stop. That was my question.
Going to win?
Yeah, so two important matches. Okay, Hugo Calderano.
Who's getting the goal?
Playing Felix Lebrun. You live in France. You have a kind of split heart as well. So your heart is saying Hugo Calderano, and what does your mind say?
He needs to go, Chico. Come on. Don't hold him anymore.
I would say Hugo is a little bit favorite. I don't know where it's rational analysis or if it's
No, talk to your heart. Come on.
I'll tell you something. I think Felix is going a little bit better for this match because his semi-final, he played a great level, but he just faced better player. So he will say, okay, I'm playing amazing so far, and I faced a better player in semi-final, so I'm cool with my loss, and then I'm gonna go for the bronze. While Hugo, he had a really good shot. He should be in the final, and I really believe, I tell him this, I really believe that if he made the final, I wouldn't be unbelievable surprised if he won the gold, because he's so aggressive and he had this weight off his shoulder by already securing a medal for Brazil and for himself, and he could go for it against Van Zhendong. So he would have, if Hugo advanced to the final and played against Van Zhendong, he would have the whole public for him, 100%. And I wouldn't be, Van Zhendong would still be favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I would say that Felix has a small mental advantage. I don't know how Hugo takes it.
Perfect.
It's a loss because it was a good draw. But I still go for Hugo. Tomorrow I am Brazilian, even if I live in France for many years.
Good, there we go.
What about the finals? Okay, Van Zhendong or Truls Moregard? Truls Moregard has a lot of skills, different variations, a lot of variations. He changes all the time. He might put. I cannot say he's gonna put Van Zhendong in trouble. No way, because Van Zhendong knows how to handle that kind of things easily. Not easily, I would say, but as you mentioned, the psychological part of the match between Felix Lebrun and Hugo Calderano is the same about the Truls Moregard and Van Zhendong. The psychological aspect will determine the winner. That's your.
No, I don't think. Okay, psychology is always important and everything, but Van Zhendong is a better player than Truls.
Sure.
So there is no. I mean. You see, for the Van Zhendong side, he also knows that as much as there is pressure for being China, and if in China, if you don't win, it is the only Chinese left, because sometimes when there are many in the draw, they are pretty sure that one of them is going to win. So they play more relaxed at some point. But if you are champion in one... There's no doubt about it that the biggest opponent for Van Zhendong would be Wang Chuqin, and your biggest opponent is out. I mean, you should be happy about it and try to take the opportunity. So he's a champion. He's better player than Truls, and he's favorite to me.
For
it's
sure.
Clear.
I agree 100% with you. So
and his performance against Felix, it was really, really, really impressive. On TV, it was impressive, and if you watched live like I did, Felix didn't play bad at all. He played really, really, really good table tennis, and Van Zhendong improved his level every time that Felix played better and better. Van Zhendong right away improved his level. It was really fantastic performance.
Very strong mentally. So Van Zhendong, he knows how to handle the pressure, whatever pressure it is. That doesn't matter from where the pressure it comes. Van Zhendong, Malone, they have maturity enough to handle the pressure. So that's what I think is. So just to sum up what you said, it might be this way. It doesn't matter who is playing against. He has maturity enough to handle the pressure, and the technical quality is. We have no words to describe. It's almost close to the perfect.
Yeah, well, then to the final, there's no really discussion, and to the bronze medal, that I would say that at this moment right now, Hugo is a little bit better technically, but then we don't know if this mental aspect will have an influence, and then it brings to the same level the match. It's really before the match is a really 50-50 bet, and they are really good. Really, both of them, they are really good right now. Really good right now.
So only by the
This-
time
this-
the match starts, we will see who is going to have more chance. So
Yeah. I mean, these 4 players are playing fantastic, and and then we need to talk about Harimoto and Lin Yuzhu, because it's really same level. They are playing. They lost. They won't have medal. And one of these 4 players, one of these 2 players, fantastic, Hugo and Felix, will not have a medal in single, but it's this highest level of table tennis that I've seen in a long time.
So yeah, we're gonna talk more about the teams tournament. I hope we have a chance to talk a little bit about the women's as well, because I'm neglecting the women's side of the tournament, and I'm feeling bad because of that. But Thiago, just about the singles tournament, women's, men's, and mixed doubles. Your final considerations, because you have to go. I wish to have you here for 1 hour more. But your final considerations about the Olympic Games, men's singles, women's singles, and mixed doubles, please.
Well, women's singles, it's the girls are improving too, but the Chinese are still, the Asian in general are still stronger, and they have to continue to believe, because as the boys are doing, I think there are some girls that have enough talent to challenge China in a more consistent base. They have to believe. It will take some time, but with hard work, why not? Mixed doubles. I was in the draw ceremony, and when I saw the draw that the North Koreans were in the first this side of the draw, I sent a message to my brother. Said, how much do you want to bet that this North Korean are gonna beat Japan, and they open the draw, and then even Brazil in this side of the draw, that can eventually be in a semifinal. That's not what happened, but the North Korean made it to the final, and it's like really, really beautiful to see. Every time, I mean, they play so much less than all the other nations in this international level, and yet they always have good results. So, and that we have to understand that mixed doubles, if you qualify, is the fastest way to a medal. So, our 16 doubles, if you have a good draw, you can win 2, and you are fighting for a medal. So it's really, if you're a good player and there's a good mixed double partner, you should really invest on this, because it can bring some important medal at some point. And I'm a big fan of Chen Meng and Shasha. I love them, how they play. I watch a lot their matches, because I think I always can take something from them, from my play style. They are very compact. They don't give angles. They stay close to the table very consistently. So I watch them very much. So when they made the final, it's, as a competitor, you want the best to win, and they are better than the others. As simple as that. So I'm not like everyone else that really wants to see China loses. I have nothing against them. I think they do good for the sport too, because they show the way, how you prepare, how you practice, how you dedicate yourself. So if the others want to have the same kind of results, so just pay the price of preparation, and then you see if it happens. So so let's we are all very, very curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow, and especially for this bronze medal match.
Yeah, so I'm very thankful to have you here, Thiago. I'm just going to take a picture of the screen here, because I want to put this in the Instagram. So I'm very thankful for you being here. So we're gonna talk more about the teams tournament in the Olympic Games in Paris 2024. But it's a great pleasure to have you here. You have a lot to add to our conversation, and I hope to see you soon. And
Okay, guys.
And
Thank
hopefully it
you.
won't be
Thank you.
too late.
Thank you for the invitation, Chico, Fred, my friend. Hope to see you soon.
For sure,
Ash,
buddy.
it was a pleasure. Hope that we can
Yes.
discuss more and I know more about your ideas about table tennis. Always interesting to see different points of view. And Claudio, wish you good luck in the Paralympic Games. And I will be cheering for you and watching on TV from my sofa. No preparation with you. But I'm pretty sure that you're gonna prepare yourself well. We're already doing it, so I wish you luck. Eventually, medal for another medal for Brazil.
That's good. Ash and Chico and Claudio, let me tell you one thing. Thiago, I don't think he even know that.
Oops.
Well, he's
Secrets.
the one. It's kind of secret. It's okay. But I mean, like, he's the one of the guys. Like, I'm talking about 7-8 years ago, right? When there was like just Facebook. I don't think we had Instagram, right? I was a person that I didn't drink coffee at all. I never really liked coffee. And I just started drinking coffee because he started posting a lot of coffee before he started his day. Right, Thiago? You post a lot of things about coffee. My first press of the day, and then I remember I started drinking coffee because of this guy. Nowadays, do you know what? My day cannot start without a coffee. I'm not joking, and I always remember because of him.
Welcome to the team. I think only Ash drinks tea in England, but everyone else is a coffee fan. Everyone else, I don't know about Claudio.
Every morning I need espresso.
I'm feeling very, very, very sad already. Tomorrow my last day here at the Olympic Village, and we get this Costa coffee for free at all times in the village.
Oh, that's it.
I'm very sad that I'm gonna miss it.
Okay, I hope you have a chance to watch the matches.
That's a big miss, actually, because it's free coffee, man.
So Thiago is the guilty for you getting addicted to coffee.
Oh yeah, the 100%, more than 100% for sure.
Thiago, you have this burden on your shoulders.
Yes, I drink coffee every morning.
I take full responsibility.
Yeah, especially espresso. He always posts like a cup of espresso. Man, that's amazing actually in the morning.
It's not a very, very harmful addiction to be in. I mean, if it was another kind of addiction, I'd be more worried. But now, coffee, it's okay.
Coffee, it's okay, right? It's fine. That's it, Chico. He can go now. Okay. I tell you all it's later, Chico.
Okay.
See you guys.
Thank you so much, Thiago.
All right, thanks, Thiago.
My pleasure. See
you later, man.
Okay.
First time I see you, but I'm tired of them, so that's why I'm saying.
Obrigado.
Okay, thank you.
You guys.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, moving along, we have a little different screen right now, and let's continue talking about the Olympic Games. Okay, there's too much to talk. We are about 1 hour already live. How much time do you guys have yet? Because we have a lot of things to talk.
6 hours left.
Huh?
6
hours.
Okay, by the way, I just figured out in the morning that the Google Meet limited for 1 hour.
On 1 hour, yeah. I know.
Not anymore, because I sign up for the workspace now. Now I have a limited time. So,
Chico, one question that I want to ask Thiago, but he can answer in another live. That's fine, because now he's coaching, right? He's coaching, but he's still playing table tennis. One important question that I see on the internet, and I never really know. He's the one that can tell us. Is it possible to be a high-level player and a high-level coach at the same time? Because it's
so you asking me. I have my coaching perspective.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. I would say no. Impossible. Okay. So, and I can say no because it's our total different focus. When you are,
that's what I'm saying.
So that's the big issue we have in the United States. You know better than me. We have been talking this for many times. So Well, I'm gonna do a YouTube video, Ash, about this. I would like to have your opinion and comment my video. Okay, please.
Will do.
Because US has a big, in my opinion, US has a big issue about getting to the next level on table tennis. We have a lot of great players who are working as a coach to make some money to support their career. So we have a lot of great players who come to the United States. They are great players, and they are high-level players. They can face some of those best players in the world, but because they're just coaching in order to make money enough to pay the bills and pay for the tournaments they are playing. So I call player coach. This is one type of play. At some point, there are some of them, they start making the transition to the opposite side, and they become a coach player. They are coaching more, they are more focused in making their career as a coach, and they play once in a while to support their team and to bring some achievements to their team. So I am a coach, I'm supporting my team, but I also am playing some tournaments to bring some medals, to expose my team a little bit more to the marketing part, to promote my team. This is a coach player. Okay? Did I make my point until now? I have more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at some point, if his career, if the player makes a transition well, he's going to become a full-time coach, and then the player is going to be retired. And then, so I'll just mention this point because, and I'm gonna respond technically about that. When you are playing, your focus is on yourself. You are practicing to yourself, and you are focused 100% on your nutrition, preparation, physical preparation, technical preparation, trying to find solutions for your game, who you're gonna play, which tournament you're gonna play, and everything else. That kind of mindset doesn't give you too much options when you're going to coach. You're coaching, but a half hour later you have an important match. So your focus is too much split, like I was saying. As a player coach, you are 90% coach and 10% a coach. 5% player, 10% a coach, maybe a little bit more, maybe 80-20. Your mind is playing, but you also are coaching, trying to help someone. So, and then when you are a coach, player, your mind is 70% as a coach and 30% as a player. And then when you become a full-time coach, and then you lose the player mindset. When you become a full-time coach, when you become a full-time coach, you start becoming 100% focused on your player, and you start even creating some technique problems. Because when you spend like 6 hours blocking or feeding balls or focus on your students and everything else, you start creating some bad habits. And I can tell you my bad habit as a coach. I have a habit to hold the paddle when I'm blocking for my students. And when I'm blocking balls for them, I hold the paddle like this.
Wow.
Bad grip. It's totally bad grip. And I'm gonna open my mind and my heart now. And I've been criticizing. So people are criticizing the way I handle the paddle when I'm coaching. And I don't gonna use the F word here, but I would love to use the F word to say now. I don't care about my grip. I don't care the way I'm holding the paddle or the way my feet. I'm not a player anymore. So when you make a transition 100% from player to coach, you don't care about yourself anymore, how you handling the paddle. You just want to return the ball to the table, to your player, to your student, to learn and improve, to become a great player. I don't care if I'm having the best technique. The thing is, I have to learn to teach and exchange and translate or transfer my knowledge as a coach to my student. I don't care if my grip is correctly, I don't care. So that's when you make that transition, your technique is gone. So you cannot be a player anymore. So I don't know. I think I went very deep to explain.
No, but this is very true.
Because I make that transition. Okay, I played table tennis from my 7 years old until my 14. Okay, and then I started studying. When I was 14, I started studying table tennis. I was going to every place that I could to learn about techniques, learn about to handle the Spain. I was collecting as most information. I took some books about the not table tennis, but a sport to understand about psychology. I was 14 years old because I heard something important from my coach. Okay, I was at that point I was having a conversation with Fran, and he was the reference we had very close to my town. He was a national coach, 30 years as a national coach, and I was there trying to become a player, trying to be a player, and I heard from Fran. Okay, and just for you guys know a little bit about my background, I grew up not having food in my plate. It was very tough to get food in the plate. We were very, very poor. I didn't have a shoes to go to the school. I was going barefoot to the school, and that's kind of the thing I faced in my life. Anyway, think about a guy in that kind of financial situation trying to become a high-level player. It's unthinkable. You cannot do that.
Yeah, it's unthinkable, yeah.
And then my coach, even in my hometown, in Fran, he just came and said, Chico, you are very smart. Okay, you are a nice guy, you are working hard, but you have no money to be a high-level player. But because you are working very hard, you are even studying in this age at table tennis, you can become a good coach. So at 14 years old, I started making my transition from the player to the coach. So anyway,
that must be the youngest transition ever, I think.
Yeah.
I can imagine it in any other sport.
Yeah,
I can't imagine a 14-year-old football manager. Soccer manager.
It was very tough but I was very mature in that age. I was working since my 6 years old, and I was very mature to digest that kind of shock, that kind of frustration, and I immediately shifted my mind to do that. But anyway, I faced that transition, Fred, from the player to I was pen holder, by the way. I faced the transition from the player to the coach mindset. I was forced to take the decision, but that's the whole story. So I was playing in the leagues in Brazil and tournaments in Brazil. That's because I was the best player still, and I was trying to bring some medals and promote my team and help supporting my team as a player. But my watershed moment, it was when I was playing a league and we were having 40 tables in the gym, 40 tables, and I had 25 of my students were playing, and I was playing as well at the same time. And then I look around and I had 25 players, 25 of my students playing over there, and how is it possible? I have 25 players, 25 students working hard, paying my bills because it's a private lessons.
Yeah.
And I am playing as well. So it doesn't make sense I'm playing here, even if I'm trying to support the team. Doesn't make sense I'm playing and my 25 students playing as well. They need my support. They was always looking around and trying to find me to get some advice, and I was playing. So that was the watershed when I decided to get retired. It was 25 years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's shift. The topic is the Olympic Games. Okay, we can have a live talking about my dramas and my traumas, but let's continue talking. So I have also in UK we have some dramas. We're gonna talk about that, Ash, in one at this point. Okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. So Ash, do you want to talk a little bit more about the Olympic Games and what you probably followed the London Olympic Games? It was a great Olympic Games. Claudio was there playing the Paralympic Games, correct?
Yeah.
Claudio, did you play Paralympic Games or in London?
Não, em Londres eu não joguei.
Okay.
Vou jogar a primeira vez agora.
So in terms of Olympic Games, Ash, you probably went to London, correct?
I didn't get tickets for the table tennis, but I was at the Olympics at the time I was living in London, and it was a pretty carnival atmosphere. Just the whole atmosphere around London was different to what it had been just weeks before. So I can only imagine it's the same in Paris at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't actually get tickets for the table tennis back in 2012. That's a long time ago now. I was only a youngster at the time.
So we are ready. It's already 12. Oh my God! It's already 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
Oh my God! I'm
Yeah.
feeling very old now, Ash. But anyway, Olympic Games wise, what are your guys' perspective about? Can you guys compare the past Olympic Games like London, Tokyo? Tokyo was an exception with no public and everything else, but we saw
Tokyo was strange.
But we saw very great quality of plays at the games as well. As Thiago mentioned, the table tennis changed a lot. Even since 2020, I think there's a change in the style of play since last 4 years. I can see that. Some changing in the style of play. I think the finals were Zhendong. No, it was Malong end 2020. Malong end. Zhendong.
No. It's not
Zhendong.
Zhendong.
I'm sorry. So at this point, my mind is very confusing. I'm reading a lot about Olympic Games and I watching a lot.
Zhendong was Rio.
Yeah, Rio. So I apologize. My memory is failing right now. So. Do you guys think there is a change since 2020 as well to the style of play?
I won't say the change of the style of play, but what I can say is table tennis is changing a little bit, like because of something that Thiago mentioned, like European players and American players of America, whatever. Mm-hmm. They are fighting nowadays with Chinese players, which is becoming more interesting to watch. Okay? Mm-hmm. If you think about, like, I would say 15, 16 years ago, we knew it would be two Chinese guys in the final, males, right? Even on it's pretty much the same as, I would say, like, in the women's singles, right? Women's singles, China is still very dominant, right?
Yeah. I think... I made a video earlier about the gap between the top Chinese women and the rest of the world. And you think Sun Ying-sha beat Hina Hayata 4-0 in that semi-final. It wasn't even close.
I know.
Hina Hayata she's been the best of the rest of the world. Pretty much every tournament she's played in where the Chinese players haven't been, she's won. And she can't even get close to Sun Ying-sha. And then Sun Ying-sha goes and loses in the final, which I don't think anyone was really expecting. Definitely in the men's game it's different. There's not that. They're definitely the best players, but it's not a complete difference in game levels, I don't think, in the men's game.
That's what I say. It's became more interesting to watch. That's what I'm saying. Like for these Olympics, people are saying in Brazil that if you see the newspapers, I was following them, and they're all mentioning Hugo Calderano could get a medal. So, right, Claudio? Eles estavam falando no Brasil que vários jornais aí estavam dizendo que o poderia ganhar medalha, né?
Sim. A repercussão no Brasil aqui antes da Olimpíada era muito grande em relação ao Hugo. Isso. Sabia das possibilidades. Eles fizeram várias matérias no Fantástico, no Jornal Nacional, falando dos possíveis atletas potenciais medalhistas. O Hugo Calderano era sempre mencionado, inclusive teve uma matéria muito legal falando do foco do Hugo Calderano no tênis de mesa, a questão do olho, né, do olhar, do foco dele. Então foi uma matéria muito legal e ele era realmente, de fato, tido como um dos grandes favoritos para conquistar a medalha, né? Tanto é que está na semifinal. E para muitas pessoas que não conhecem a modalidade, acharam que a derrota dele foi algo absurdo, né? E na verdade não foi. E eu tava falando sobre isso, o Truls, ele jogou muito bem, cara, é um cara muito estrategista, o cara já tinha chegado na final do Mundial aí em Houston, em 2021, ele tinha sido 2 vezes vice-campeão do mundo juvenil, né, e ele chegou top 10 do mundo ano passado, então não era qualquer cara, e assim, pessoal, tem muita gente que estava inclusive criticando, inclusive o Neto aqui, o ex-jogador de futebol, criticou essas pessoas que estavam criticando, mas tem muitas pessoas muito felizes com o que o Hugo apresentou, tanto é que eu estou em vários grupos tênis de mesa do Brasil e o aumento nessa semana de procura para novos praticantes de tênis de mesa foi exponencial. Então, por isso que eu falo a importância do alto rendimento, né? O pessoal fala muito, mas base, iniciação. Mas a base da iniciação só vai ser forte se a gente tiver um alto rendimento forte, na minha opinião, né? Pessoas que inspirem. Pô, o Brasil inteiro parado ontem para assistir o Calderano, cara. Eu sou torcedor de São Paulo, né? Igual você. Pô, eu acompanho o Arnaldo Tirano e são os caras que cobrem o São Paulo. Eles estavam assistindo o jogo do Calderano. Eles comentaram ontem sobre o jogo. Pô, o Calderano perdeu pro Sueco, mas o Sueco jogou muito bem, né? E você via que todas as mídias falando sobre o Hugo. Então, realmente está sendo uma semana muito especial pro tênis de mesa do Brasil, né? E espero que isso seja uma crescente, né? Não só na fase do Hugo, né, e que o Brasil saiba aproveitar o que o Brasil não aproveitou na época do Guga, né? A gente teve o Guga no mesmo do mundo, nós tivemos o Guga melhor jogador do ano de 2000 e ganhador de 3 grandes slams, e a gente vê hoje que ainda a dificuldade para se formar atletas de alto nível no tênis é muito grande. Né, de fato, eu acho que precisa mudar essa cultura e eu espero que isso tenha sido um start aí para que a gente consiga ter novos Hugo Calderanos aí e que tragam ainda mais orgulho para o nosso país.
Cara, Chico, só pegando um gancho do que ele falou ali, eu torço pro Santos e eu acompanhei alguns canais do pessoal do Santos falando, alguns jornalistas ali, os caras só falam de futebol. Aí dois mencionaram de manhã, acordei de manhã, liguei na Globo, fiquei torcendo pro Calderano, os caras ficaram ligados. Porque depois o Santos jogou a tardezinha, mas enfim, todos eles estavam mencionando isso, acordando um dia, ele teve chance de fechar com o Sueco. Eles falando ali, que eles acompanharam, você vê que os caras acompanharam. Então,
ok, go ahead.
Não, então, isso aí realmente, essa semifinal dele deu uma repercussão muito grande. Se fosse para a final, na minha opinião, e o boom ia ser assim muito grande. Claro que já foi, mas só ter chego na semi, várias pessoas comentando. Tem alguns grupos no Instagram também, cara. De algum, não sei, não vou dizer que te falar que grupo certinho, mas assim, tem uns Olés Brasil, tem umas coisas, não sei se você conhece, Claudião. Eles falam de futebol em geral. E tinha foto do Calderano, tudo mais. Eles falam, acordamos bem, vem no Brasil. Tá. Então é legal você ver isso.
So I honestly, you guys talking, I had some goosebumps because I'm living table tennis since I found table tennis in 1977. 1977, the first time I played table tennis in my life. So I am having goosebumps because and I have to say again, because this is so we are talking about the feedback of the population in Brazil about the table tennis and supporting Hugo Calderano and everything else, Ash. That's why that's what we are talking about. So we are speaking Portuguese. So just to keep you updated. So the feedback of the population in Brazil in general, there's two perspectives I have to point. They are pointing. One is the population who knows table tennis, who understands table tennis and know how to play, or at least understand a little bit how hard it is to play table tennis. So that's one perspective which I call the table tennis community. And a second perspective is the regular person who knows how to play ping pong and thinks they know how to play table tennis. So
it's interesting. You're saying that most people who watch table tennis, who are table tennis fans, play table tennis. I saw you speaking about that in another video, and then there's the rest of the world who doesn't really know about table tennis at all, but has preconceptions about it.
Exactly. So I mentioned that in one of my YouTube videos about the problem is just education. We need to educate the public how hard it is to play table tennis, how difficult it is to return the serve. They have no clue how much spin has the ball, how much speed has the ball, because the TV makes the table tennis 6 times slower. That's according to one of the guys that I know he's do filming for Hollywood here in San Francisco Bay Area. He told me the distance of the camera from the table makes the table tennis look 6 times slower than really is. So and then people who doesn't understand about spin, speed, and what all this called the complex.
It's just ping pong. They don't really they don't understand it. It's not a serious sport to them.
Exactly, they misjudge the table tennis because they are not educated person. You are not going to face the same problem in China or even in Germany, okay? Because the people are very educated about the table tennis and how complex is the sport. So in Brazil, a lot of people criticizing Hugo Calderano because he lost to the Swedish and everything else. But the table tennis community are doing the opposite. They are really, really happy with the performance because they know how tough it is to play, especially playing against the Swedish, who has one of the best schools in the world. Okay,
exactly. They've got the heritage.
Yes, exactly. So in Brazil, we had 3 or 4 or 5 players, very great players. But in Swedish, they have world champions, Olympic champions, and they have a huge school and a huge history since 1920s. So it's not like the last 20 years like Brazil has. Anyway, I feel bad listening that people are criticizing Hugo, but I understand their point because they don't know the sport. So that's the
it seems very harsh though.
And Ashley,
I can't believe anyone would criticize.
This is my big,
it's the understanding, isn't it?
This is my big fight in my YouTube channel, trying to educate people and make the table tennis more popular and trying to make people understand in my goofy way. I'm being a little kind of goofy, not serious like we are talking right now, but that's the way I think we are going to attract more people and being fun, because table tennis overall is pretty fun to play when you know how to play. So I'm trying to make very fun, and sometimes I'm playing goofy on YouTube, but it's goofy, but at the same time there's bringing some information over there, and my fight is to make the table tennis more popular and educate people about it. So I got lost.
No, I'm evangelical about it, like you as well. If only the people knew how good table tennis is, how fun it is to play, how interesting it is, then they would be as addicted as all of us are. They just need to know. They need the message.
We are just starting, and there's much more to talk about. But let's try to shift the conversation again to Olympic Games.
Yes.
Everyone says who is going to win tomorrow. I don't think so. So I think everyone is okay. I don't like to take the lead in tell who is going to win. I know a little bit about what are you guys going to say, but I want to hear from you guys. So Claudio, your perspective for the matches tomorrow. Who do you think is going to win? And give me the score. Let's go a little deeper.
Quem que vai vencer amanhã, você tá perguntando?
Quem vai ganhar amanhã e não só a medalha de vamos falar da medalha de ouro só, porque a medalha de bronze é muito emocional para nós. Lógico que todo mundo vai apoiar o Hugo Calderano. Não importa o que aconteça, se ele ganha ou se ele perca, todo mundo vai apoiar e deve apoiar muito o Hugo Calderano. Mas, final, qual é a sua perspectiva racional do jogo?
Racional é Zhendong, no máximo 4-2. Não porque o Truls não pode conseguir ganhar, eu acho que pode, mas principalmente pelo que o Zhendong mostrou na semifinal, depois de ele ter passado daquelas quartas de final com o Harimoto, da pressão que ele sentiu ali no Harimoto, e por estar todo o planeta, né, principalmente a China em cima dele, com a responsabilidade. E é difícil falar como vocês falaram, mas eu acho que uma Malong tinha que ter jogado, por mais que seja difícil, né, que ele perdeu, e o Wang Chuqin foi o primeiro torneio olímpico dele, e eu acho que ele poderia ter ido jogar a equipe e estar mais preparado para o próximo, e difícil falar, mas eu duvido que o Malong teria perdido para o Truls, tá? Mesmo estando mais velho. E por quê? Porque o Malong está muito cascudo.
Esse é muito controvertido, mas tudo bem, vamos lá.
Não,
por que controvertido?
Já falamos sobre isso. Qualquer chinês poderia ganhar do Truls. Não pode.
Mas tem lógica o raciocínio dele também.
Não, com certeza tem lógica. Mas ó,
É isso que eu tô falando.
a gente falar que o Malongo poderia ganhar, o Chuqin também poderia ter ganhado se não tivesse
Não, é porque era a primeira
aconteceu.
Olimpíadas dele. Eu acho que o Malong ainda tá num prime que ele consegue ganhar,
Isso,
entendeu?
Claro,
E tipo,
claro.
claro, com certeza essa é a última chance dele, não tem mais o que falar.
Aham,
Então, e ainda pelo respeito que eu vejo os atletas falarem.
aham.
Todo, sei lá, mas eu vi vários falarem isso aí. Cara,
Ok.
se fosse uma
eu vou
longa,
falar, eu quero só poder complementar porque o Wang Chuqin já teve problema de punição na China. Não sei se vocês sabem disso. Já ficou punido uma vez por má conduta, e quando aconteceu aquele negócio com a raquete dele ali, e de fato também ficaria muito bravo, mas ali eu acho que ele deu uma boa espanada, né, mesmo tendo depois de ter sido campeão mundial duplas mistas, que a China não foi em 2021. E eu acho que ali só mostrou que, para mim, a melhor escolha teria sido o Malong, mas, como eu falei, o Si, né? Como você também falou, Chico, de fato, o Wang Chuqin era favorito para ganhar do Truls, mas numa questão emocional dessa, numa Olimpíada, o peso que tem, Cláudio, né, falando aqui sentado no sofá, é muito fácil falar, né? Mas o que o Zhendong está apresentando, na verdade, eu acho que ele é muito favorito, e ele no máximo ganha a partida de 4-2 amanhã, e sem tanto alarde, né, e ganhando de uma forma muito competente e sobrando, né, e lógico, eu vou torcer pro Truls, mas eu acredito que esse vai ser o resultado. E entre o Félix e o Calderano, lógico, como você falou, eu sou totalmente Calderano, mas eu acho que vai ser um jogo muito difícil, 50-50, para mim o fator determinante vai ser o mental do Hugo, que ele vai apresentar amanhã no começo do jogo, né. Eu acho que ele começou sobrando muito contra o Truls, muito confortável, e a partir do momento que ele perdeu o primeiro set, você via a expressão dele no segundo set de totalmente um cara desconfortável com a situação, né? E é difícil falar também de pedir tempo, eu possivelmente teria pedido tempo se eu tivesse uma autonomia sobre ele. Não acho que o Jean René tenha total autonomia, eu acho que é algo ali acordado, tá? É algo que o Jean René também deve respeitar muito o Hugo ali na hora de pedir tempo, tá? É o que eu sinto, eu não tenho como cravar isso, mas é o que eu percebo, conversando com algumas pessoas próximas. E, de fato, amanhã o início do jogo ali vai ser muito, muito importante para ver como é que o Hugo vai estar mentalmente. Eu acho que se o Hugo estiver bem, vai ser um jogo menos difícil do que o Truls, principalmente pelo estilo de jogo, né? Como eu estava falando com a Dilson, eu acho que o Calderano tentou fazer uma estratégia errada, talvez não tenha conseguido sair da estratégia do Truls, porque quis disputar muito curta com o Truls, né? Depois do chinês, para mim, o Truls é a melhor curta do mundo, né? E ele tanto consegue deixar a bola muito curta, quanto também espetar muito em cima do Hugo, né? E eu não acredito que o Félix vai conseguir fazer essa estratégia, né? Então eu vejo que vai ser um jogo mais aberto, e eu coloco 50-50 aí, de fato, tanto para um quanto para o outro, porque o Félix está jogando muito bem, está na casa dele, né? Ele tem a torcida a favor, e ele é muito vibrante, então de fato eu prevejo um jogo bem difícil.
Ok. Ash, I'm gonna pass the word for you now. So who do you think is going to win tomorrow? And give me the score, please, guys. So Claudio said 4-2 to Zhendong.
I got that.
You got that. Okay, you learned some Portuguese already.
Quattro. I don't know what the other one was.
Okay, 4-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start with the bronze medal match. I'm outnumbered by Brazilians here, but I'm an honorary Frenchman for the Olympics, so I'm going to say Felix Lebrun is getting the bronze.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. And I'm going to say he's going to win 4-3. It's going to be a thriller. It's going to be best of 7. The final, well, Fan Zhendong against Felix Lebrun, that semi-final, just looked so impressive. Had an answer for absolutely everything. Looked so powerful. I can't see him losing. I'm probably going to be completely wrong, but I'm going to say 4-0. So Fan Zhendong, gold medal.
Okay. Fred?
English, Portuguese, French.
Okay. Do you speak French, buddy? Okay. Like I heard this week I learned that a great word from Ash. Maybe you speaking French, you're gonna be a little bit overbearing right now. And that's the word I learned from Ash this week.
Okay.
You said
my
you
God.
said a little bit overbearing what I said in the YouTube video. Anyway,
Oh, yeah. I was
We-
talking about yeah.
we talk
Not
about
you,
we talk
don't
about
worry.
that next
About
time.
you.
Okay, Fred.
So I want to answer
English
one
or
part.
Portuguese, please.
Yeah, sure. I want to mention one part in Portuguese and one part in English.
Good job.
Okay, so just to go through what Claudio was mentioning. Então, o que o Claudio está falando, se você me perguntar do terceiro e quarto, eu acho assim. O Félix tem 17 anos, certo? O Hugo tem o quê? Uns 28, 27?
28.
28, sim. O Félix ainda tem mais 2 Olimpíadas aí no Prime, se você colocar no mínimo, eu acho.
No mínimo.
Né? E eu acho, cara, que ele não tem. Eu não acho que o Calderano tem a pressão da medalha, mas ele sabe que no Brasil nunca teve medalha no tênis de mesa. Então, e o Félix tá naquela, pô, chegou na semifinal com 17 anos, cara, já é um puta do resultado. O Calderano também, mas eu acho que pro Calderano tem uma pressão um pouco maior nesse sentido. Por isso que eu acho que o que o Cláudio falou da questão mental, a gente vai ver amanhã. Eu não senti o Félix, quando perdeu uma semifinal, tão cabisbaixo, tão chateado como o Hugo, abalado, entendeu? Então eu acho que nessa pressão aí, nessa questão de resultado, eu acho que iguala demais. Eu acho que na mesa o Hugo é melhor. Mas eu acho que isso vai colocar pressão de que ele tem 28 anos, ele tá jogando fora de casa, todo mundo só fala isso, nunca ninguém ganhou medalha no tênis de mesa brasileiro, nas Olimpíadas. Nunca ninguém ganhou medalha. Na França não vai ter isso, entendeu?
Ok.
Então, se você me perguntar, cara, eu chuto 4-3, cara.
Ok. Pra?
Qualquer um. Either way.
Okay.
4-3, either way.
Okay.
And the final?
Okay. Now let me translate what you said about the bronze medal, because we have people from the United States and hopefully from all over the world to watch. So you're saying, and I'm gonna sum up very quickly because now Ash has to go, but I'm gonna sum up very quick. So what you're saying is the game, as we've been talking since the beginning. So it's not about the technical quality of the players. It's about the emotional mindset. So doesn't matter if it's Hugo has a lot of pressure to bring at least one or the first table tennis medal in the whole history to Brazil and for himself at first.
Correct.
Okay. Overall, is his medal, is all his work, and then behind him he has like 200 million people. But the mental aspect of the game will determine who is going to win for both sides. Even from Felix Lebrun has a lot of pressure as well because he's at home. He has a lot of psychological aspect. He's a 17-year-old kid, not very mature yet. All of this we're gonna determine who is going to win the match. You are saying 4-3, and it's 50-50. You don't know exactly who is going to win, but the match will be 4-3. I'm just going to finish my talking saying, will be great for the table tennis if we see 7 matches between a French player and a Brazilian player. So Brazil and France has a great history of cooperation on table tennis. You know about Michel Gadal, which was the head coach in France for a long time. He's still consulting for the French team and everything else. He's behind all that, but also he's behind the Brazilian team. Michel Gadal is still supporting consulting for the Brazilian Confederation. So both has the same, not background, but the same emotional aspect. Both are very similar emotionally. French player is very emotional as well. So Brazilians as well. So both have a great cooperation. They have a great background. Jean-Michel Save, it was the first one we started at. And then Gatian. We have a very good connection with the French table tennis. You're saying 50-50. I cannot say European politics, but I know you're being very, very rational. I agree with you.
That's why like if you tell me if it was a semi-final, I would say Hugo's favorite. Okay. But since it's third and fourth, bronze medal, I don't know.
Okay. Your rational mind saying 50-50, 4-3 to each one, either one. But your heart, I'm sure, is supporting Hugo Calderano.
That's for sure, 100%.
Okay, so talk about I'm sorry to cut you. Ash has to go. Just let us know when you have to go, Ash, and I really appreciate your being here. So you were invited to come and talk to us about the teams, the next one, please. Okay, just let us know when you have to go. Cut me off.
And the final, it's
your microphone is mute.
Okay, I am going to end it there for myself. It's been an honor to be with all of you here. You're all far more experienced in the world of table tennis than myself. I'm just a casual fan, so it really is fantastic. So thank you for inviting me, and yeah, I'll definitely be back to discuss the teams.
Okay, Ash, even being less experienced than all of us, you are adding a lot to the table tennis community, not only in UK, but whole world. I think everyone is enjoying your conversation on YouTube. I hope you continue, and I hope you have this kind of partnership more often. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna discuss more about table tennis. I hope one day you invite me to your YouTube channel to have the same.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And please, let's keep going. Let's move on, and let's make our best to bring the more quality, more education to the table tennis in the whole community. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was great to meet you all. Best of luck, Claudio, in Paris.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash.
Nice to meet you.
Ok, Cláudio, you're the next one who has to leave. Você tá me assustando que você tem que ir embora logo. Você já tem que ir, porque a gente ia falar. Nós vamos ter que marcar um para falar das Paralimpíadas, por favor. Tá? Pensa, me ajuda a coordenar isso. A gente fala no Instagram depois, tá ok?
Se você quiser fazer, eu posso falar. Só para poder te falar, é que eu tô no Rio de Janeiro. Eu vim com a minha família para cá. Então, tanto é que porque eu vou ficar um mês fora, né, em Paris. Então, eu vim para cá com eles para poder aproveitar pelo menos uns dias. Como foi aniversário de Bauru, a gente veio para cá na quinta-feira. Eu vou voltar amanhã. Mas segunda, terça-feira para mim tá tranquilo. Aí a gente pode marcar à noite. Se não for ruim para vocês, eu posso conversar com o maior prazer do mundo.
Ok, vamos conversar nisso no nosso grupo no WhatsApp. E a gente organiza isso. Okay, Fred, you didn't say anything about the finals yet.
Do I have to say?
Did you say anything? Did you say your score? The score for the finals. What would be the score for the finals, and who is going to win? And if you want to compliment saying why do you think is going to win, that's a great question.
Zhendong is going to win. 4-1.
Score.
4-1?
4-1. Okay, I didn't hear that, so I'm sorry.
4-1.
Okay, so what can I say? I think you guys said everything already. I don't know if I have to say anything. For the bronze medal, I still trust in Hugo and his power, and he's going to overcome his mindset. I think he's going to digest. He's a world-class player. He could be a gold medal easy. I think he has experience, he has knowledge, he has a good support from whole Brazil. He's going to digest this. I think he's going to come back, and I think he's going to beat Felix Lebrun. And I'll be a little bit there, and I would say the score of him is going to be 4-1. Okay. Again, the first game is very important. If Hugo wins the first game, he's going to win 4-1 I think for sure. Okay, that's my prediction. I love for sure, like everyone loves Lebrun, especially because he's a pen holder, a very different style of play, very hard style of play. Not because you're here, Claudio, or not being politics, but I think Lebrun will become #1 in the world in the future. He's very young, 17 years old. He has a great potential to be #1 in the world and continue beating the Chinese. He beat this year once, Zhendong. I think he has a chance to continue beating the Chinese. The amount of skill the kid has is amazing. I love him. I love Lebrun. I love his passion. But I think Hugo will gonna prevail because of his maturity is much more, and I trust on him. So that's my heart and my mindset is with Calderano for sure.
Chico, one thing that I didn't hear none of you guys mentioning about the game between Truls and Calderano is, I don't know if you guys remember that, but like during the match, there was a few times like the games were 6-5 or 6-6, whatever. And Truls, that's my opinion, okay? He got a few nets that makes difference also. I don't know. It did.
Oh, so Fred.
Cuida play table tennis, não. Quem é que vem? Claro, agora.
Okay, so
Cláudio, você não acha?
but the thing is, Fred, if you bring the fact we have
No, it's a fact.
okay, I know
It makes difference.
I know that. Okay, we know that. We know
Yeah.
that. We know.
No, I'm not
edge-
saying it's excuse. I'm not saying that's the reason he lost. That's not my point.
Okay, we know edges and nets makes us a little bit upset.
Yeah.
But that happens for both sides. It could be.
No, it didn't happen for Hugo.
No. Okay, what I'm saying is it could be.
I'm talking about that particular game.
Okay, it could be the opposite way. It could be Calderano doing the edge or Truls Moregard. Whoever is playing, you always have a chance to do that. It's not intentional. My point is, a world-class player on Calderano's level and Truls Moregard's level, they have to digest that quickly and move on. Okay, whatever happened, they have experience enough to digest quickly and go forward. You cannot be affected by an edge or a net. You gotta be able to digest quickly and move on, or you're not gonna be a world-class player. Okay, every single detail counts. When Truls Moregard had his 2 points because of his serve, his legal serve, what if he wasn't able to digest and move on? He did it. He lost 2 points because of his serve.
Yeah, you're right.
So, okay, every single player who are playing in high level, they are educated to digest and move on. Doesn't matter what happened. Could be an illegal serve. Could be illegal serve is the hardest one to overcome. We're gonna talk about this. The illegal serve is the worst thing that can happen to the player because you have to change your technique, and how to change your technique in a few seconds and it's impossible to change.
Also, you gave a free point, literally.
Okay, so every single detail counts. Psychological interfered a lot in the techniques. Okay, so the player, whatever level you're playing, high level player, world class player, Olympic level, you have to be able to digest quickly and continue to play in the same level you were. If you are not able to do that, you're never gonna achieve the level. And this is the aspect that took Chuqin from the tournament, the psychological aspect of the game. So he was affected for something outside of the game, and he couldn't digest quick enough. Immaturity psychologically. But please, I don't want to talk about that part because talking about Chuqin deserves a little bit longer, just one specific live. Claudio, how are your time?
Precisa sair. Eles estão me esperando aqui para poder jantar.
Ok.
Já mandou umas 10 mensagens aqui.
Okay, so thank you so much, Claudio. We are going to talk about Paralympic Games this week, or the week before. We're gonna schedule a time to do a live stream just talking about Paralympic Games, okay?
Ok, eu viajo no dia 10 agora para São Paulo, dia 12 a gente embarca para Paris, tá? Essa semana eu estou à disposição aí, conta comigo aí pra gente fazer essa live aí antes da viagem.
Do you think we're gonna have a chance to talk when you reach the Paris? Do you think we're gonna find a time to do a live stream from there?
Você fala se eu tenho chance no
Paris? Não. Se você vai conseguir, não consegue fazer a live quando você estiver em Paris.
Eu não sei por causa da questão da vila, eu não sei como é que vai ser, pela questão do fuso, 5 horas, como é que vai ser os treinos, se vai ser na parte da manhã, eu não sei.
E a internet também, né?
Agora.
E a internet também, né?
Não, acho que a internet não é nem tão problema, eu só preciso ver como é que vai ser a questão da logística lá, né, de treinamento, se vai ser os treinos, porque deve variar bastante, vai ter dia que vai treinar de manhã, dia de treinar à tarde, porque eles vão dividir, né, a quantidade de mesas pelos países, né, Perfeito. Então agora eu não consigo falar, se precisar, mas tendo a possibilidade dá para fazer sim.
Okay, Claudio, then you should go, and then we are going to schedule another time to talk more about Paralympic Games as well. So, thank you so much, Claudio. We're going to find a way.
Valeu, pessoal. Muito obrigado. Thank you so much. See you later.
Valeu, Claudio.
Thank you so much. So, unfortunately, Claudio Massad has to go. He has his family in Rio. He is doing some work
Sem
over
som,
there.
Chico.
Oh. Okay. I just mute my microphone because I was talking to Pedro because I have one student coming. So anyway, Fred, the gold medal. This is my last talk. I think we have to. It's about almost 2 hours we are talking over here.
Yeah.
And we could talk forever about the table tennis. We have a lot of stories, a lot of things to talk. You played in US. You still play in US once in a while. Living in Toronto, so there are a lot of things we could talk about table tennis. So we're gonna do that another time. But I'm just gonna finish my talking about the bronze medal. For sure, I'm supporting Calderano. I think he has more maturity. Is more. I don't know if the English term is the best. Is more ready. I don't know how to translate this. You might have a better English. He has more maturity, and he's more prepared, I think, to win.
Yeah, he's more prepared to win. Yes.
So
I think
Felix Lebrun has a lot of power, a lot of skills. It's amazing, but I think he's not ready to win. I would say he has much more years to play and win many other Olympic games. I think this is the time for Hugo Calderano. He deserves, and he will win, in my opinion. 4-1. That's my score. The final, for sure, Zhendong is the favorite. We cannot contest that. I think it's gonna be a great match. Everyone, someone said 4-0. You said 4-2.
No, I said 4-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna take with the score. It's gonna be 4-3.
Think so?
Well. Okay, let's. My point is, Truls Moregard is unpredictable. Point one.
Very.
A lot of skills he can put. He played for a long time in a Chinese league. He knows Fan Zhendong. Okay. Third point. Fan Zhendong still has some injury on his shoulder. We know he withdrew the tournament when he was playing Lin Shindong. He withdrew the tournament because his shoulder was very bad. And we know joint is very hard to heal. So he's been playing in a level which is unthinkable. Great. So it was one of the best tournaments I ever saw Fan Zhendong play. Okay, but he is playing so hard, and since the beginning of the tournament, he played a few matches in his incredible level. And at this point, I will say his shoulder is a little bit tired, so sore. More than everyone else, like Truls Moregard is pretty young, 22 years old. He has a physical advantage over Fan Zhendong. That's why if Truls Moregard can make the game a little bit even in the beginning, because of these physical issues, I think he has a chance to have a 4-3, but I still think Fan Zhendong is going to win. But Truls Moregard is really unpredictable. He adjusts himself very quickly. He adapts himself very quickly, as the table tennis player should be. And I think that's what I would like to see. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a kind of dreamer, and we always have a tendency to support the underdog. Especially playing against China, because China is the best. They are the best. They have the best technology, the best technique, wise talking, strategy. They have the best table tennis in the world. Okay, it's a national sport. We know that. That's why everyone playing against the Chinese, we always support the underdog, except if it's Chuqin, because Chuqin are going to support whoever is playing. That's the most. Okay, it's so beautiful that I'm always going to support Chuqin, whoever happens. Anyway, everyone would love to see a Swedish, a Brazilian, a French, a Slovenian, whoever is playing against the Chinese. The underdog is always going to be in our mind. If you are not a Chinese, of course. If you are a Chinese, of course, you're going to support your team. But we who love table tennis, we have a tendency to support the underdog because it's so hard. It's extremely hard. to beat any Chinese in any tournament. Doesn't matter which tournament you play. If it's a league or if it's a national championship, wherever you're playing in the world, when you face a Chinese, the respect we have for them is so big that we always are afraid to face a Chinese. So, but I would love to see a great match. That's what we are expecting. And there's much more to talk about the Olympic Games. Your final considerations, Fred, please.
No, also, one thing about Truls, from what I've seen so far from his career, if I'm wrong, you can tell me, but he in the big tournaments, he plays really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry, who you're talking about?
Truls, Moregard.
Okay.
Like in the big tournaments, he always plays really good.
Uh-huh.
Like I think his world ranking is what? 29.
29.
I don't know. That's it. But I'm saying, like as I say, he was second in the World Championship, Olympics. Now he's playing final. Mm-hmm. If you see his results in the biggest tournaments, he's always there. Yeah. Like that's I don't know what happened, but in general, mm-hmm. like when the tournament is like really important or however they're gonna call, mm-hmm. he's always there in the finals.
Yeah, so, there's a tendency some players have. So as a coach, I can say some players, they have a tendency to perform better in certain types of tournament. Okay. This is one thing. This is psychological. We can. Okay. So psychologically, some players they play better some tournaments than the others. So it's a tendency every player has. So we don't know what is the root of this, but as a coach I can tell some players they perform very well in certain types of tournament. Period. Like Ovcharov performed very well in Olympic Games.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. It's very true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So some players they perform. Timo Boll always performed very well in World Championships. Mm-hmm. Okay, so some players perform better in some tournaments. Some players, so that's a tendency, natural tendency we have. This is one point. But it also depends, as I mentioned at the beginning, as a coach, the stage of preparation, the periodization, and this is on the coach, mm-hmm. and not only the coach, but when you make a plan for a specific tournament, so you are trying to reach and put your student, your player, in the peak of performance for a specific tournament. So you have like a 1 year preparation, and you have to make a plan. What is the route you're going to take to achieve that peak of performance? So that preparation, and what kind of adjustments do you do along the route? What happened to the player? Okay, you're trying to do some certain specific preparation, but if the player is not responding very well, you have to adjust, you have to adapt. So something happening. We are humans overall. So according to your preparation, the stage of preparation, the player might not achieve the peak of performance. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I don't have any information about any player playing over there, what kind of preparation they did and everything else. So I can analyze from my perspective from TV and the tournaments I've been following. But that one aspect we have to respect. So I didn't see Darko Jorgic playing the best.
Yeah.
Even
the German guy, Dan Q, whatever. I was expecting he would be better. Actually.
Yeah, but there's something in his favor. He played against Kirill Gerasimenko, which is a player who played in the German league. They know each other, and Gerasimenko from Kazakhstan beat him, but they know each other very well. So it's unpredictable. There's a background between them. There's a history between Gerasimenko and Danchiu. So, but anyway, my point was we don't know what stage of the planning those players are. Maybe they achieved the peak of performance, maybe they didn't. I don't know if Darko Jorgic was aiming to the Olympic Games or he was aiming to the European Championship. Because a few weeks before he won the top 16 in Europe, he beat everyone. So there's even one shorts that I did in YouTube and in Instagram about him doing a no-look shot.
Yeah, I know look shot. I saw that. Yeah.
That was a kind of I would say a humiliation for the player to have a play. So he was in the stage of planning that he could play that kind of level. So maybe his peak of performance was the European Championship. We don't know. It's hard to judge. We cannot judge not knowing, not having all of those pieces in our plate. So in their favor, some players performed well, some players didn't. We don't know. So we only gonna see. And some players have a tendency to grow during the competition, like Hugo did. So Felix Lebrun did. Some players they grow during the competition. Even Truls Moregard, he starts like a kind of his start was a kind of humble, but he became stronger along the competition. So there's too many things to analyze in high level tournaments, in table tennis especially, because it's very complicated. But that's what it is. Olympic Games is tough. So we have the teams tournament to play yet. So we'll see.
It's tough and very fun to watch.
Huh?
It's tough, but it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, watch.
Right?
Yeah,
It gets a lot of people together. I like that.
It's interesting. So we're gonna talk more about this, Fred. So we are about to complete 2 hours of live, and we could talk forever. We know that because we love table tennis overall. So I would like to finish our live and saying a big thank you, so big thanks for all of you, and also for the people who are watching, whoever in the world you are. I hope you are watching and enjoying the Olympic Games. It was a great experience. It's my first time doing the live stream and talking about the guys, sharing a little bit of my information and trying to spread the word more about table tennis. I hope at least get the like and subscribe for everyone. And this is a very cliche. We have to ask to everyone to support us. If we don't do this, we're not going to succeed trying to make the table tennis more popular, because this is the most important thing for us. Fred, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone watching, and thank you for taking your time. We're going to, for sure, schedule another live and talk even more about table tennis.
No, thanks to you. Thanks for an invitation. Thanks to having Thiago, also Claudio, Ash. I think it was really nice, right?
Yeah.
Different people, different players. So it's always good to share some information, especially if someone like Thiago, that he's in Olympics. So I'm pretty sure that everyone that is watching is having a good time. That's for sure.
Yeah, we missed Lua Table Tennis.
Lua Table Tennis.
André Moreira, he's a coach in Brazil. He was going to join us. We had a personal issue, couldn't join us. So anyway, I think it was a great live. I think we could add some information and some education for the table tennis community around the world. So thank you guys, everyone. Thanks everyone who is watching. And we're gonna make one more about the teams tournament in the in the Paralympic. We're gonna do that.
That's for sure.
And also we're gonna do one more live about the teams tournament in Paris 2024. So thank you so much everyone for watching. We appreciate your patience. So I'll see you guys the next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.